Morning, guys. It's the day. It's ultrasound day. It's early. I got up and showered and got ready, and right now I'm onto my second glass of water. Ugh, I hate drinking water on an empty stomach, and I haven't really had time to eat anything, so I'm gonna have to have a snack here to try and settle it. Obviously really nervous for today, really excited for today, hopeful, a mix of things. It could be the best day or it could be the worst day. So yeah, obviously mostly just anxious to get it over with and find out. And then obviously today is when we find out how many embryos stuck. As I've mentioned before, I really think it's just one, and most of you in the comments have agreed with me, so we'll see. We'll see if we're all proven wrong. There was a couple people who said maybe two. So yeah, that's the plan for today. I'm gonna pick up Eric at 9:30 and we're gonna head over. So we just got asked a million questions, and I think it's weird because I have IVF meds and whatever, and they were getting all the meds, and they kept asking like what my due date was. And I'm like, this is the due date. They're like, oh, they told you that? No one, I haven't seen a doctor. Anyways, it's fun, but now it's waiting and my palms are super sweaty.
Perspiring, for sure. So, just very anxious. Want to
get some answers.
get some answers.
Yeah, we've been here in this room for a little while, and we're just kind of like, okay, let's just like do the ultrasound. So Wanda's ready to go. Moment of truth, I guess. I should let you know we transferred 3, so we're not sure how many to expect. But my gut was telling me there's just one based on my symptoms and an HCG.
What day was that again?
That we transferred?
Yeah.
We transferred on December 16th.
December 16th.
And they were 5-day embryos, so like conception would have been equivalent to December 11th.
I'm probably gonna have you have a formal scan, and that's because being 6 weeks, it's just very hard to see on a bedside scan. Well, I see potentially, I do see, but it's just the images are not very clear. So what we'll need to do is likely get a formal scan, and you can probably get that today. Increase the depth here, because this is a bedside scan, so the quality is not nearly what it is when we get a formal. So I can see a gestational sac. You guys see that little circle there?
On the top right,
Mm-hmm. That's a little sac.
there's a yolk too.
So, like I said, I'm gonna have you, I can probably see a fetal pole. I think that's flickering here as well. I'm gonna need to repeat the scan in 2 weeks, of course, just because it's very early. So cardiac.
Okay. So that's good, right?
That's good. I can definitely see a flicker that's consistent with cardiac activity. I'm gonna freeze this and I'll definitely take a picture for you here. So do you guys see that flicker there? That's the heart. Now it's very, very, very early. I'm gonna measure this sac. Our measurements are best with a crown rump. So we'll need you to come back in 2 weeks.
Alright, so we just finished up with our appointment, and it's good news. So there is a sac and a yolk. I think it's the yolk, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a fetal pole. So we saw a little flickering. We weren't able to hear a heartbeat, which was obviously a bit disappointing. I think that would have just given us the extra reassurance that we were looking for. So I think we left kind of a little, I don't want to say disappointed, because we're very grateful and very happy. And
I think for us, we're still so guarded, so it's very hard until, like, hearing the heartbeat would have been something to just solidify how real this is. And again, it's not disappointed is not the right word, but it's we're guarded.
And I think that, like, we were talking about this, like, the logical part of your brain tells you this is good news, and this is like, there's a fetal pole, and like, this is good, and everything's progressing, and we're gonna go back in 2 weeks, and all this stuff. but then the emotional, guarded side of you says, well, you know, by 6 weeks, 3 days, like heartbeat would have been not necessarily like for sure thing, but I was definitely hopeful for it. So it was, it raises questions about why it's not far enough along or whatever. And
just a late bloomer like me.
I think it's and it's all just emotions, right? Like, it's like there's no valid reason to feel that way. But we know that, so it's just like dichotomy of like the logic versus the emotional, and trying to like find a balance. So we're very happy. We're not quite excited, I wouldn't say yet.
No, and then now it's just another wait.
Oh, and by the way, yes, there was just one.
Oh, right.
So
yeah.
far, that's all she could see. It looks pretty certain that it's just one. So if you guessed one baby, you were right. Pretty crazy after, like, with my age and everything, putting 3 in and only having 1 sick. So we feel very, very grateful for the one that we have, and we're very hopeful that it progresses and everything. Healthily, obviously. So, anything to add?
Nope. We'll be keeping you up to date as it goes.
Our next ultrasound's on the 23rd, which is a Monday, so it's under 2 weeks. So I mean, I guess that's how it's going to go from here on out. Is just every 2 weeks we'll have this like 2-week wait, and I think it'll get easier and easier. And I definitely feel a breath of relief. I think we both do.
Yeah.
But I think we're just still, like you said, guarded and cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, it's a big day, and the emotion of first seeing it was just really cool and something very special. But yeah, the guardedness in me is not letting me get very excited.
Yeah, we're definitely not jumping up and down. Like it's a very strange emotion, like this like happiness, but being guarded at the same time. Like, let's be happy, but let's not be too happy. So yeah, and of course they have to go over like risks of miscarriage because it's so early, and like I already know those risks. Please don't, like, we don't need to talk about it right now.
Yeah, it is funny when they.
She knew that. Our doctor, by the way.
Oh
fantastic.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, like.
So happy with her.
Yeah, couldn't be happier about that.
Yeah. So that was a win. She was very, very kind and very reassuring and very understanding of how anxious we were. So
yeah, so I'm sure she goes into much more detail of like what these risks and everything is, but she's like,
she picked up on our being like, yeah, we know.
Believe me, we're well versed in this for someone who's never had a kid.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, we just wanted to share that with you guys. So for now, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your well wishes. Lots of messages of support this morning and leading up to today, and it's been really, really wonderful having all of that. And it's been very reassuring. And yeah. Anyways, we're just very grateful. So thank you for coming along with us on this journey, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you guys.